Hey guys, Clevprof here, and welcome back to another episode. We're starting in the forge, and I'm just waiting for some copper to come through. So once all of this has come through, we can get started on today's project. It should be the last few coming through now. There we go. Okay, so let's take all of this copper, which is definitely going to be useful. As you can imagine, I've done some off-camera mining, and let's head back to our sorting system. Okay, and with that we have the final 2 lightning rods for all of the resources that we're going to need. A tiny bit of copper left over, but as you can see off camera, I've been very busy. And all of these shulker boxes are full of resources that we're going to need for today's project. But what is today's project, you may ask? We're going to be adding to our steampunk town, and we're going to be adding some shops. Now, I'm envisioning that they'll be around here somewhere, but yeah, we'll have to see. But first things first, we've got to clear the area. And it's night time, so I probably want to go sleep. I definitely want to go sleep. There's lots of monsters here. Okay, so now that we've slept and highlighted how dangerous our sorting system is, maybe we need to come up with some kind of door or something that doesn't allow mobs in, because I do tend to AFK a lot over there. But yeah, now that's all done, let's go and clear the area we're going to be working on. So I thought I'd bring you guys along the journey of how we do this, because it may seem quite foreign to a lot of you, and some of you may be confused about what you're seeing right now. What are these weird blue lines? And also, how am I flying around? Isn't this a survivor world? Well, first of all, this is a mod called FreeCam, which essentially allows you to detach yourself from your body and have a look around as if you're in spectator mode. But this here is from a mod called Lightmatica. Now, the way that we do our builds is me and my partner, Fredo the Froggo, design all of the builds in creative first. That's where we can experiment with like colour and everything like that, and shape and all of that kind of stuff. It's more Fredo the Froggo's area than it is mine. But once that's all designed, we have a look and move it into this mod called Lightmatica, which tells us how many resources there is, and then we go gather all those resources as you saw at the start of the video, and then we will position it in the world. Now, when we're positioning it, we see the whole thing envisioned like with ghost blocks in front of us, but I'm deliberately not showing you what the finished result is, so you're going to have to stick around and see what it all looks like once we've built it. But yeah, this is now the confirmed place that our design of some shops are going to be going. And you can see that all of these trees and things down here, all of this dirt, is all in the wrong... mixing up my words there. It's all got to go. So now I can clearly see with these boundary boxes where I need to get rid of the trees. Let's go do that. And with that, the area is cleared. I got a bit carried away, but yeah, this is going to be an absolute mega build. So let's bring my partner onto the server and let's get building. And there we have it. This took ages to build, but it's amazing. It really starts to show the scale that we're working at this city. And if I look in this window, you can see that there's all sorts of detail with skulk sensors that are quite loud, and lava in these windows. And over here we've got all of these multicoloured lanterns going around with cogs on the side. And just inside, it's not quite done yet, just needs a few more bits of detail, but it's kind of an apothecary, I can't say that word, vibe. But yeah, if I hop into free cam so that we can see it a bit easier, just for context, we've got our clock tower here and our greenhouse just behind there. And what this is going to be is it's going to be the main high street. So a road will kind of come down here, bend off there. Maybe we'll have a square here, who knows. And we've got this clock going over the middle that really kind of ties into our steampunk vibe. Lots of moving parts, coral and lava and things up here. Some weeping vines. Now, if we just take a quick look inside, we can see that while the bottom floor is done, up here, how do I get up there? I'll just show you in free cam. There's nothing much really going on inside, so we're going to have to work out what we put inside, maybe some farms or something. Now, back on the street, I want to draw your attention to these windows here. Now, in these windows, we're going to have an end crystal bouncing around in the middle, but I haven't really played around with end crystals, so I don't know how it works. I do know that they are explosive, so maybe let's head further away from here and have a look at how they all work. Here we are, the other side of the river, far away from civilization and anything that could get damaged. So the first thing I want to test is, can we just place them on the ground? No. So I'm guessing that means that we need obsidian. So I'll grab that. Okay, obsidian acquired. Now I'm assuming we place it on the obsidian like that. Oh my gosh, that is terrifying. But can we get rid of the obsidian underneath? Oh, we can. And now we just have a giant ball of floating doom. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put it into the window, maybe break the glass, put the obsidian down, place the crystal, and then mine the obsidian and get rid of and replace all of the blocks. And we're going to have to do that very carefully, because if we do that, whoa! I wasn't quite expecting the blast to be that big, and I really don't want that to happen to our build. Gosh, that almost killed me. So we're going to have to be so careful doing that. So to start the process, we've got to break the glass. Now we want it right in the middle, which means we need to put it onto that obsidian there. Oh gosh, at least we have some crying obsidian around this. Okay, and then we need to... oh no! Oh no! Oh gosh. That's bad. It could have been a lot worse. Oh no.
A few moments later.
lessons learned and building repaired. I've given myself a bit more space to work from here. What I think happened was the hitbox of this thing, which is so terrifying. If I just turn hitboxes on, I think I mined through the hitbox there. So now that we've got the hitbox on, I'm gonna let that despawn. I'm not even going anywhere near that thing. And then let's just replace the glass. And we have a giant bouncing ball of death, which looks quite cool. Now, onto the other one. Let's just break this here. Give ourselves lots of working room. I think I'll add another crystal or cluster here. Let's put the obsidian down. Let's break that. And let's turn hitboxes on. Carefully mine. There we go. Put this back. And there we go. We are professionals. So looking at the shops from the other angle, from this shop just stood on top here, you can really see the animation of those end crystals really does bring life to the place, as well as all of the fire, the rolling mine carts, the chimneys and smoke. Now, what I can't unsee from this angle is two faces. You've got an eye here, and a mouth here. It's kind of going, hello! And then over on this side, there's an eye there, and a mouth, either crying or with sideburns of lava, and it's kind of doing a ooh face. So we've got a facey street here. But what I want to do next, why didn't my lighter engage? Oh, that's weird. Is I want to start working on possible designs for how this street could look, and then laying out where the streets can go. So I'm going to gather some blocks, and I'll see you in a second. So I've been working on paths a little bit, and roads, and I've come up with this design, which is utilising the new tough blocks. Something I may not have mentioned so far is that we have a data pack on the server that allows us access to the 1.21 blocks. So we've got new copper and things like that. I can't really see any at the moment, but I'm sure it will become useful. But that means we've got all of the copper, we've got the crafter, and we've got all of these tough blocks that look really cool. Now this design has a dipped road in the middle, and then what this sort of pavement is meant to represent is like paving stones. You know, when you stand on a paving stone and it's all wobbly, and it kind of tilts up a little bit, or they've broken up, but they're all sort of at different levels. That's what these stairs are meant to represent. And then you've got areas that have been worn away even more, where you've got like a bit more of a dip. And then the road itself will be sort of for vehicles and pedestrians, and we'll be able to kind of bring this city to life. Now, I'm probably going to be laying out where the paths go, and then doing all of the paths and things on a live stream. So make sure you head over to twitch.tv/Clevprof, give me a follow, and you can join me as we build these paths and roads and lay them out and everything. But unfortunately, I'm just looking at the time on my screen now, that's about it for today's episode. So I really enjoyed today's episode. We built all of these shops, and maybe between episodes on a live stream you'll be able to see us working on the paths. But anyway, that's about it. If you really like the video, please do subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you ring the bell to stay notified of when I go live. Thanks for watching. Bye!